Hello everyone, my name is William Jared Collins, and this is Hospitality and Travel Marketing, Chapter 1, What is Marketing? So, in this chapter, I found three key concepts that I found very interesting and very important to basically what is marketing. Marketing is the core, there are core parts of marketing, there are six fundamentals, and then I also covered the evolution of marketing. Let us start with the evolution of marketing. Evolution of marketing started in the 1920s to the 1930s. It is basically the Industrial Revolution. Henry Ford, you have machines, things like that. So basically the demand exceeded the supply, and it was supply over choice. So Henry Ford is famously quoted, "They can have any kind of color of Model T Ford as long as it's black." Then, as the progression of evolution goes of production and things like that, sales marketing, sales orientation from the 1930s to 1950s started. It is basically competition started increasing, selling over choice. So you get the big ads from the 50s, buy this sugar flakes, things like that. It's selling over choice. So they got their money by selling things. Not everybody wanted just the same Model T Ford anymore. They wanted their nice new Cadillacs and new colors and fenders and new things. They had the money after the World War II, basically. Then that moved from orientation of just selling to the marketing department. People started realizing that supply exceeds demand. First sight is choice over selling. So people had more competition. However, some things were better than others. So choice over selling. Departments solely devoted to meeting customers' wants in salesmanship, their wants and needs and complaints especially. However, this mentality was really big that whenever something went wrong, let the marketing department handle it. They made us sell a faulty product or service. That moved on from the 1960s to 1970, everyone's on board in marketing. It's a big publicity that everyone has these clean suits, looking sharp on the job. Employees must be held accountable for their presentation. No more, yeah, it's the best, nah, it's not. Everything is done as the scripted. Societal marketing from the 1970s to present. Public image is born. Not extracurricular events are starting to be appeared. The green movement, everything like that. So people are socially aware and towards positive outlook. So manufacturers using clean emissions, smoke filters. They have the sewage filters, stuff like that. Cigarettes helping addictions through the cigarettes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Online marketing from 1995 present. As I'm born from this generation, it's the World Wide Web, global competition through a click of a button. Everyone's aware of other businesses. Not totally aware, however, you can find on Google or Amazon is a big diverse thing. It's communication on a greater scale. People understand a lot more. You can get products and services that you never dreamed possible in your area. People enjoy new things, right? The second concept that I found very interesting is the core parts of marketing. Marketing orientation, accepting the concept. So basically, what is marketing? What are you trying to market? Your whole concept of your business and how you're going to sell that. The marketing concept itself, what is your business? What is your product you're selling? And visualizing the message to the consumer, their wants and desires. How is that going to fulfill that? satisfying the customer needs, wants, finding ways to provide that service. How are you going to present this product, this amazing product or service you have? Is it going to be on a golden platter, or is it going to be avant-garde? Through new methodology and old methodology. Market segmentation, finding your niche. This is more on the producer's side than the consumer side, but however, the marketing segmentation focuses on the direct consumers. Is this for gamers? Is this for foodies? Is this for travelers? Value and exchange process, finding what your consumer is willing to pay for your service while still balancing your profit margins and your standards and fill that quota. It's balancing act. You've got to find what your consumer wants and see what other people are selling it for and what you think you can get out for your customer based on your orientation, your concepts, everything above, and all the core principles before and all the core principles after this one. Product life cycle. So basically, how are you going to ensure that your product stays on the growth? Every industry service has its life cycle. Its intro, its growth, its maturity, its decline, and sometimes its repeat. You can see that as the many other kinds of industry. Travelocity is a big one. It was really big in the 2000s to the late 2012. However, after a while, their main competitor, Expedia, brought them out of their bubble they had, and they've been fighting a uphill battle ever since. Number 7, the marketing mix, the 4 Ps. I'm sorry, did you want more 4 Ps? Here's some more. So basically, it's covering what your product, your place, your promotion, your price, and then the place, packaging, programming, and partnership. Product, what you're selling. Place, where you're selling. Is it a physical store? Is it a physical destination? Are you selling the destination? It's what exactly are you covering? The promotion, how you're promoting it. Are you doing it off TV ads, computer ads, system, word of mouth, advertisements, indirect advertisements, promoting things like public services and stuff like that. Your price. Setting your price, one of the bigger ones. What you're selling it for, what your competitors are selling it for, how are you making profit off your price. Place, as I said before, packaging. How are you packaging it? It's a little bit of promotion, a little bit of product, a little bit of place. It's how you present it on that platter. Programming, how you're marketing it, and how you're effectively grading it. How your consumer sees it. Your partnership, how you can combine your system, your product, and promote your product and a partner, or vice versa. Hotel industries and Airbnb or Uber. Uber is a big one down Union Station. Union Station has partnered with Uber. From when people get off the train, they just hit the button and the Uber has an official parking place right then and there. Then the 6 fundamentals. One of my favorites. Satisfaction of customer needs and wants. You gotta get it in the mind there. Continuous marketing, constant upkeep of the process. What you're gonna do to ensure that you stay on top, be the king of the castle. Follows a plan of action, process planned out. You've got to have a plan before you can just run in there. Using research and data to identify key trends in the wants and needs. Major one, you've got to see the statistics, the actual numbers, the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes of the system. the use of interpersonal communications to create partnerships and mutual beneficial relationships with business. As with the core principles, this fundamental goes with how you relate to someone. After you quit a job, are you going to be friendly with your boss? Are you going to have this, hey, I'm selling this thing now. Would you be interested in purchasing a stock or a piece of the business itself? Would you like to buy a product? It creates a system where you have all these interacting contacts that you can use within a whim. A whole force mentality as a whole business is used to be a part of the marketing department to attract customers. This goes back to the beginning where you have it goes back to the marketing company. Everyone's part of it. How do your employees reflect how you treat the business? Are your employees happy? Do they hey, how are you? Welcome to so-and-so. How may I help you? Kind of system. What is the price of marketing? This is big in my examples. The price of marketing: planning, research, implementation, control, and evaluation. That's the price of marketing. My question breakdown. Assume you are the manager of a hotel, travel agency, restaurant, auto rental agency, or other customer contact travel-related business. Describe the program you'd like to use to make your supervisors and other staff members more marketing oriented. Also show how you could act as a role model in this respect. Going back to price, planning. P for price, planning. In any managerial position, I would look at my business and see what my base concept of good business is in that way. Looking at successful versions, observe what they do and what makes me drawn to them, if not established business. I look at McDonald's, for example. How does McDonald's look professional? And how does it succeed? It sells cheap product, sells it in a consistent way. They plan out to sell all this product so that it overgoes their expenses. Its attractability, its efficiency. As an owner, I'd be visible. I would talk about with my employees. Social media, evaluations through receipt questionnaires, and sitting down with customers and asking, what do you like, what do you dislike, and what do you think we can improve on? Going to the stocks and seeing stuff like that. Planning out to do those things. The next is research, finding the trends, looking at the stocks, keeping an eye on the global trends where young professionals are up and coming, aka the new Chinese millionaires. They have more money to spend. Have managers gather in shifts to look at research the demographics of your employees. See why they are attracted to this kind of business. Why are they there? Have they encountered as a consumer? What do they like? What do they dislike? And what their families like. Bring the research to the employee, and they help you work through it. I's for implementation. It's how you use it. C is for control. How are you going to evaluate it? What is your control? What are you going to do to fix it? E is your evaluation, looking at the actual results and how you're going to implement. Airbnb is one of my examples. Their price, what they do. Then you have Visit Denver. And then you have the Gaylord Opryland, A Testament to Time. And then my works cited.